All right guys, now that we have the Mav R rack out, what we're gonna do is remove the boot clamps and then we'll start disassembling the rack. How to remove these two guys, what you wanna do is just take a pair of pliers. I'm using some flat nose. Use a pair of pliers, squeeze together right here, and then just go ahead and use your finger and lift up. And it should pop right off, just like that. We're also gonna wanna save these boot clamps because we're gonna reuse them once we are done. Now that those are off, we're gonna go ahead and remove the center link. Just like that. Now we're going to undo the 3 bolts on the outside, on each side, so there's 6 bolts total. On the right side, it is a 13 millimeter, and then on the left side, it is a 5/16 Allen. Resave this hardware as well, guys. Now that we got the 3 bolts out on this side, we're gonna go ahead and remove the 3 bolts on the pinion side. Just like that. Now that all the bolts are out, we're gonna go ahead and disassemble it, pulling one side off and then sliding the boot off. And then this inner slides out, just like that. Now we're ready to install the Maverick R rack upgrade kit. Now that we have the rack disassembled, there's a measurement you wanna take before you remove the bearing support. And the measurement is gonna be right here, and that is gonna be from this flat spot to the nut. The reason you want to keep that same measurement is because that has to do with the turn radius. If you have it one way too long or the other, you're going to have some issues with the steering. So we want to make sure that we get that the exact same. So I'm going to take a measurement real quick, just like that. And I'm at 0.632. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down real quick so I can remember that. So now I can go ahead and remove it and take it apart. And then when I put it back together, I just want to make sure I have that same exact measurement so that the steering is the same. So I'm going to use this right here. Slap it in a vise real quick to be able to hold that. That is going to be red Loctited from the factory, so you may have to use some heat in order to get that off. Go ahead and break this nut free because we have the measurement. Just like that. Go ahead and spin this off. Just like that. Now, we have the bearing assembly out, so we're gonna go ahead and pull these bearings off and then go ahead and slide them on the new shock therapy rack upgrade. Now that the bearing holder's out, we got the bearings. You may have to use some heat in order to get these off. One side is a tapered fitting, the other side is splined. The splines only go on one way, so you'll be able to have that. But on this side it's pressed, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw it back in the vise. A little bit loose, just like that. And then give it a good whack. One side out, that is the tapered side. We're gonna go ahead and flip it around and do the same thing, this time with a little bit of a punch. Just like that. Now both bearing assemblies are out. One has the splines on it right there. You can see it only goes in one way with the big tooth at the bottom there. And this one is the tapered fitting. We are gonna reuse these on the Maverick R rack upgrade kit. So now how dare you interrupt this shot, Chris? And a minute late?
Traffic.
Chris!
Traffic guy.
Hey, Chris!
Morning, guy.
Chris!
Hey, bud. Good cut just like
That was good stuff. All right, get to work. All right. So Now we have here the Maverick R rack upgrade kit. We're gonna go ahead and disassemble it in order to install it, but I'll show you all the pieces. So you have these lock tabs so that those bolts never come loose on the rack. Center link. There's also a flat piece that goes in there, a dowel pin that goes onto the bearing holder with teeth to where all of the side-to-side motion gets taken out of it because it's got the teeth and the dowel pin. And then also too, on the center link pad that goes to the center link, there's also the same thing to where it doesn't slide. So it puts all of the tension on those and not the bolts. Now that we have the bearing holder, we're gonna put the stock bearings back on it. The bearing needs to go onto the bottom just like this. That way assembly on it can be perfect. That way it slides back in here just right and in order to get into the grooves. So now that that one's on, we're gonna go ahead and throw some red Loctite. I'm gonna throw them inside the threads, just like that. And then I'll put a little bit of a dab right there. Go ahead and thread this on. Now, this is where that measurement comes back into play of needing it to be the same. So my measurement was 0.632. So I will get this to 0.632 right there. I'll go ahead and throw this into the vise, tighten it down. We've already done this, but just remember to make sure there's Loctite under the jam nut before you tighten it down. This is gonna have some movement to it because it's on a pivot bearing there. We're good. Now we can put the splined edge back on again, or sorry, not the spline, the tapered edge on, having it go down just like that. Go ahead and throw a little bit of red Loctite on there. Slide inside the nut, just like that. A little dab will do you there. Like that, get that lined up, and lock it back down. So when you're done, you should have an assembly that looks just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and slide it back in the sleeve, just like so. Making sure that lines up. Now that we have the sleeve on there, we're going to go ahead and add some blue Loctite to these Allen bolts. Dab will do you. Side is done. We're going to go ahead and slide the rubber boot back on. Just like so. And then go ahead and put the end cap back in it. Just like that. We're going to go ahead and add these 3 bolts back on it. There are O-rings on them, so make sure that those are still there. Just like that. And grab your 13mm. Tighten back up. Just like that. Now that we have the sides tightened down and installed, we're going to go ahead and put the center link in, the center link pad. So pin, I'm going to go ahead and set that in there, and then we're going to go ahead and slide that right on top. Should fit right in there. May have to put the boot around it a little bit, just like so. But now that's in there, just like that. And we're gonna go ahead and throw center link right on top. And I put it right in the center. It's where we want you to put it. So right like that. Go ahead and throw washer down. We're gonna go ahead and add some red Loctite to these 12-point bolts. Just like that. Just like that. And now that those are on there, we're gonna go ahead and torque them. So I'm gonna throw it back in the vise and get it all torqued down. Now that we got the rack and the vise, we're gonna go ahead and torque down these 12-point bolts. And that torque is gonna be 160 foot-pounds. All right. Just like that. Torque down, perfect. Now that it's torqued, we're gonna go ahead and add these lock washers so that the 12 points don't move. Put that on. Try and make them as straight as possible, so you might have to flip one upside down to be able to make that happen. Just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and put a dab of blue on there. Just like so. Put that right in there. And we're gonna go ahead and just give it a nice little turn. Now that that's there, we're gonna go ahead and add the straps back on. And again, you can just use some pliers. Like that. And then just use your finger. Snap it back over just like that. Same thing on this side. Go ahead and squeeze it. Just like that. Boom. And then last one around here. Just like so. Go ahead and grab it. Now that we have all those back on, the rack is reassembled with the Maverick R rack upgrade kit. We're gonna go ahead and take it off the vise and bring it back out to the car and go ahead and install it.